In class, the teacher is lecturing, but Rintarou isn't paying attention at all. He's just gazing out the window, his mind consumed with what to get a girl for her birthday. A flashback takes us to the previous night when Subaru texted him that Wakuri's birthday is on the 22nd. He's been worried ever since. He thinks that he needs to figure something out quickly or he won't be able to focus on anything. But what should he do? He's never celebrated anyone's birthday before, besides his family's. He tries to make a list of things Wakuri likes, but only one thing comes to mind. And you've probably guessed what it is. Cake. Everyone knows how much he loves cake. But beyond that, Rintarou's mind is a blank. He looks towards her window and wonders, do I really know anything about Wakuri? Since they met, he's wanted to know more about her, and now those feelings are growing stronger. He wants to know everything about her. He gets lost in a daydream, a world with just him and Wakuri, but he snapped out of it when his teacher calls his name. She scolds him for being lost in his own world while she's teaching, and tells him to start reading where she left off. And wake up your sleeping friend too, she adds. We see that Usami is fast asleep. Like most students, he only crams a day or two before exams. Still, Rintarou can't think of anything. He decides he'll have to gift her a cake. But which one? It's her birthday, so it has to be special. The answer to this question lay with one person. He goes to his mom and asks, "Mom, do you know any shops that sell the most delicious cake?" His mom gives him a look as if he's committed a crime. She picks up her knife and asks, "What are you trying to imply? You don't like my cake anymore? Or are you saying my cakes aren't tasty?" He quickly backtracks, "Mom, don't get so serious, that's not what I meant at all. Actually, Wakuri always buys cake from our shop. I want to give her something unique for her birthday, something new." To defend himself, Rintarou continues, "Why are you looking at me like that? Is it wrong to celebrate a friend's birthday? We can talk about this later. I don't have much time. Could you just please tell me about the best cake in town?" His mom suggests, if you want to give her a gift, why don't you bake a cake yourself? Rintarou is stunned. He says, "You know I've never baked a cake, right?" His mom replies, "I know that very well, but you've helped me bake many times, and you've watched me do it. I don't think it would be that hard for you to learn." Rintarou tries to explain that there's a world of difference between watching a cake being made and actually making one. "I can't learn just by watching." His mom says, "How about you ask your dad for help? I bet he'll be thrilled to hear you're trying to learn something new." He considers it. "Yes, I could do that, but you know how busy dad is. He's so overworked that sometimes," before he can finish his sentence, they hear a loud thud. When they go out to look, his dad has collapsed on the stairs. His mom sighs, saying he's overworked himself again. It's not the first time he's fainted from exhaustion. Seeing his father's condition, Rintarou loses the courage to ask. He feels terrible about how much his dad works, making cakes all day, all alone, without any rest. If he asked for help, it would only add to his workload. His mom says, "Why would you be shy about asking your own father for help? Besides, your dad doesn't bake cakes because he has to. He does it because he enjoys it. And if he finds out you're doing this for a friend, he'll be happy to help you. You know your happiness is the most important thing to him." Still, he feels awkward asking, seeing how terrible his dad looks, as if he hasn't slept properly in weeks. But he musters his courage and asks for his help anyway. He asks him directly, "Can you teach me how to bake a cake? I want to celebrate my friend's birthday." This surprises his dad. While his mom has seen his recent change, his dad hasn't. He's surprised that Rintarou was putting in so much effort for his friends. It means these friends were important to him. His dad asks, "So what type of cake do you want to make?" Rintarou was confused by the question. He asks, "Do you mean what flavor?" But his dad shakes his head. "That's not what I mean. I mean, what message do you want to send? When the special friend eats your cake, what do you want them to feel?" This goes completely over his head. Is that even possible? His dad explains that the emotion you bake with matters, and that you want the other person to feel that same emotion when they eat it. His mind flashes back to Wakuri. He thinks that she was the first girl who didn't look at me like I was a monster. The sincerity was clear in her eyes. He tells his dad his decision. "I want her to smile when she eats my cake. I want her to be happy." His dad nods. "I understand. So when is her birthday?" Rintarou replies, "On the 22nd. Only 2 weeks? Then we need to start your special training immediately. But remember, if you train under me, you have to work with all your heart. If you want your friend to be happy, you have to bake that cake with everything you've got." Rintarou agrees. "No problem. I'll give it my all." "All right then. Get up and meet me in the kitchen." "Right now? It's the middle of the night!" But he doesn't protest much and agrees to start learning right away. His mom watches, happy to see how much Rintarou has changed. His dad trains him relentlessly. From the cake's design to its texture, he teaches him every little detail to ensure it's flawless. Rintarou works hard all night and struggles to stay awake in school. Sometimes he even dozes off while eating. His friends Saku, Ayato, and Uzami are getting worried. They ask, "Are you okay?" He replies, "I'm completely fine. Why are you asking?" They tell him they have PE class next. "Looking at you, you seem like you're about to pass out. We were thinking you should just rest here." He refuses, saying, "No, I'm not that bad." Ayato asks, "But what happened? You look like you haven't slept in weeks." He tells him he's been practicing baking a cake. At the word cake, a smile appears on all three of their faces. The poor guys have no idea the cake isn't for them. Rintarou can barely keep his eyes open and has dark circles under his eyes. He says he'll go wash his face. Usami asks the others, is baking a cake really that hard? He wasn't this exhausted even when he pulled all-nighters for exams. Saku says he's fine, but just then, Rintarou walks straight into a door, proving that he's not fine at all. Meanwhile, in Wakuri's class, her friends have gathered around her. They say, I heard your birthday is next week. Is that right? If so, I want to celebrate. Another friend chimes in, yes, me too. They all agree that since she helps them so much with their studies, they want to throw her a party. Besides, our summer break will have started by then. How about we all celebrate? At first, Subaru was happy that so many people wanted to celebrate with her, but then a thought strikes her. If Waburi spends time with them, what about Rintarou? That poor guy is working so hard. So Subaru does her duty as a good friend. She asks Wakuri, can you celebrate with them one day later? I have planned on the 22nd and won't be able to make it. One of her friends says she has no problem with that. Wakuri agrees. I can celebrate on the 23rd. I just want all my friends to be there. She adds with a cute smile, thank you all so much for doing this for me. Seeing her cute smile, even the girls can't control themselves and they all hug her, calling her adorable. Subaru breathes a sigh of relief. Wakuri is finally free on the 22nd. If all her friends had been with her, Rintarou wouldn't have had a chance.
On the other side of town, an exhausted Rintarou collapses onto his bed as soon as he gets home. He gets a message from Subaru. I know you probably didn't ask her, but just letting you know she's free on the 22nd. It suddenly dawns on him that he's been practicing baking this whole time without ever asking Wakuri if she was free. What if she was busy with family or friends? It's a good thing Subaru let him know, otherwise he might never have asked. So he texts Wakuri directly. He writes, I know this is sudden, but are you free on the 22nd? I'd like to meet you. Wakuri is surprised, wondering why he wants to meet specifically on the 22nd. Rintarou quickly texts again. If you're not free, we can meet another day. Just let me know when works. But it would be great if we can meet on the 22nd. She hastily texts back. No, I don't have any schedule on the 22nd. We can meet then. Rintarou breathes his own sigh of relief, thankful she's free. He wants to give her the gift on her actual birthday. He texts again. On the 22nd, I want to give you something, so let's meet then. Again, she hurries to text okay, not even asking what he wanted to give her or why that specific date. Now she's lost in thought, feeling restless. She wants to know what it is that he can only give her on the 22nd. From the way he texted, she could tell it was something special. She thinks, could he know it's my birthday? What if he wants to give me a gift? But she dismisses it. No, that can't be possible. I'm getting my hopes up. How would he even know about my birthday? I never told him. Then it clicks. There's only one person who could have told him. And given how Subaru was acting today, it had to be her. She calls Subaru immediately. The moment Subaru answers, she asks, did you get a message from Rintarou? Wakuri replies, how could you? You know how surprised I was when he asked to meet on the 22nd? You could have at least warned me you told him, she says, pouting. Subaru asks, are you angry? Because you don't sound angry. Still pouting, she admits, I'm not angry, I'm happy. But still, why did you tell him? Subaru replies directly, shouldn't the guy you like know when your birthday is? Wakuri doesn't even try to deny it. She just says, thank you for doing all this for me. She has butterflies in her stomach. She can't describe her happiness at getting to see Rintarou on her birthday. She's already thinking about what to wear, not because it's her birthday, but because she gets to meet him again. Finally, the day arrives for Rintarou to bake his final cake. His dad doesn't help, he just stands and watches his son. This is a battle he has to fight alone. Rintarou pours everything he has into making the cake, wanting it to be perfect. He focuses on every little detail. When the cake is finished, he presents it to his dad for approval. His dad simply says, you've passed. You can give this cake to your friend. Rintarou is overjoyed. Seeing his son's joy, a smile spreads across his dad's face too. His mom says, go get ready, I'll pack the cake. Before leaving, he thanks his dad, which seems to surprise his father. His mom just looks at the cake. I can't believe our son made this. Her husband says to her, I can't believe I'm seeing him smile like this again. I don't even remember the last time. His mom replies, yes, he's changed so much. I hope he stays this way. They agreed to meet at a distant spot to avoid being seen by other students, but he keeps pausing every few steps, second-guessing himself. What if she doesn't like the cake? Should he have gotten her something else? What if this gift ruins her mood? He tells himself he arrived early to mentally prepare. But as always, Wakuri is already there waiting for him. It's a mystery how she always gets there so early. She looks at him and says, "You're early. The time you gave was much later." "I know, but what are you doing here already?" She makes an excuse. "I just got here a little while ago. I didn't want to make you wait." He starts by wishing her a happy birthday, which delights her. After that, he finally gives her the gift, feeling a little nervous. He says, "It isn't much, but I'd be happy if you'd accept it." She hasn't even opened it yet, but she's already incredibly happy. She asks him, "Can I open it now? I can't wait." Rintarou is nervous. What if she hates it? So he suggests she opens it when she gets home. "But if you want to know what's inside, I can just tell you. It's a cake." He immediately realized this was a mistake because when she hears the word cake, there's no stopping her. She has to see it now. She says, "Then I can't possibly wait until I get home. Why don't we go to that park nearby? I want to see this cake." She tells Rintarou it's the same park where she and Subaru used to play as kids. She says, "I have some of my best memories here, so why not add one more by opening your gift here? This place is very special for me, so I want to open your special gift in this special place." She's mesmerized just looking at the cake. She says, "This cake is made so beautifully." She doesn't know yet that Rintarou made it himself. She continues, "It looks so delicious, and just look how perfectly it's made. It looks like whoever made it did so with a lot of love." Then she says, "But where is this from? I'm a cake lover. I've tried cakes of almost every flavor, but this one, the way it's decorated, I've never seen anything this beautiful in a shop before. Can you tell me where I got it?" Rintarou shyly admits, "Actually, I didn't buy it, I made it myself." Her heart skips a beat. Rintarou made this cake himself for her? He explains, "You always buy cake from our shop. If I had just given you a cake from there, it wouldn't be special. So that's why I made this with my own hands. I can't guarantee how it tastes, but I wanted to give you a cake that I made myself. I hope you like it." Hearing this makes her emotional to think Rintarou worked so hard just for her. She asks, "After I eat it, can I call you to tell me what I thought?" Rintarou agrees. That was the answer he was waiting for. She smiles and says, "And for the record, I know I'm going to love it." They say their goodbyes and head their separate ways. Rintarou is happy that he was at least able to see that smile on her face again. She was delighted just seeing the cake, but he would have to wait until later to find out how it tasted. Wakuri hurries home, finding the house empty. At first, she decides to wait for her family, but she can't bring herself to wait. Not only was there a beautiful cake right in front of her, but it was one that Rintarou had personally made, making the temptation unbearable. She thinks, "I can at least have one piece. Besides, it's my birthday." Before cutting into it, she takes dozens of photos, wanting to capture the memory forever. Finally, she cuts a slice. With just one bite, the cake melts in her mouth. It's a feeling she can't quite describe. Sure, she loves cake and has eaten it countless times, but this one was more delicious than any she'd ever had. She couldn't even pinpoint the flavor. She could simply taste how much love and care Rintarou had poured into baking it. Meanwhile, Rintarou is relaxing at home, watching TV. His mom turns to his dad and asks, "What's wrong with Rintarou? Do you think Wakuri didn't like the cake? Just look at him. He's watching a comedy show with such a serious expression." His dad replies, "He looks the same as always to me. That's just how Rintarou is." His mom retorts, "What kind of father are you? Can't you see how stressed your own son is?" Just then, Rintarou's phone buzzes with a message, and he quickly dashes out of the room. His parents exchanged a knowing look. "He's so easy to read," his mom says. "He can't hide his feelings at all. I bet that message was from Wakuri." Rintarou wonders what she could have sent. Did she like the cake? The text he received simply says, "Can I call you?" He agrees, and she immediately tells him how wonderful the cake was, so much so that she can't find the words to describe it. Rintarou lets out a huge sigh of relief. She's still looking at the photos of the cake on her phone as she speaks. "When I tasted it, the texture was so delicate," she explains. "I've never had a cake like it. And it wasn't just me, my family tried it too." Rintarou sounds surprised. "You shared it with your family?" She replies, "Of course. Why do you sound so shocked? Besides, they all loved it too. My younger brother especially. He ate more than half of it himself. I was only left with one piece in the end." Rintarou says with a smile, "Then don't worry about it. I'll just make another one for you. Wakuri is overjoyed. Promise? I really want to have that cake again. Finally able to relax, Rintarou rushes back to his parents and tells them she loved the cake. His mom stands proudly. See, I told you, as if anyone could dislike a cake made by my son. Rintarou then asks his parents, "Can I ask for a favor? When summer vacation starts, I want to work here with you. I want to make another cake for her, but I need a lot more practice first. The next one I make has to be even better than this last one." His dad says sternly, "All right, if you're serious about mastering this, you'll have to be at the shop every single day of your break to practice." Both Rintarou and his mom are taken aback. Every single day? His dad adds, "And I won't go easy on you." Rintarou looks intimidated, but his mom flicks his dad's forehead. "Stop trying to scare our son." His dad laughs. "I was only kidding." His mom tells Rintarou, "You don't have to work that hard. Go enjoy the summer with your friends. You can come to the shop and practice whenever you're free." His dad agrees. "Exactly. You don't need our permission. This is your shop too. You can come by for help anytime." Rintarou says with renewed enthusiasm, "Okay, I'll hang out with my friends, and on my free days, I'll come help at the shop." His dad then asks, "So, what did your friend like most, the sponge cake or the strawberries? If it was that good, maybe we should consider adding it to our shop's menu." His mom smiles warmly. "I'm so glad he's making such good friends. I hope they all have a wonderful summer together." The scene then shows a group text message chain with everyone buzzing about their plans for the next day. They're all going to the beach. And not only that, they're also planning to see a fireworks show afterwards. Rintarou can hardly contain his excitement for the day to come. And that's where the episode ends.